And the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh." Good morning, guys. So I'm here this morning in my office, and those two verses that I just read to you come from Genesis 2:18 and Titus 2:4-5. And what they're talking about is when God made Adam a helpmate. So that is pretty much the story of my life where I am now. It's from where what God has taken me from, and the lifestyle and the thoughts that I was in, into who I am now. And so Genesis talks about the creation of woman, and Titus is telling about the things that a woman should do, what she should be providing at home, along with Proverbs 31 is another good chapter to go to. And it's just telling about the responsibilities of a helpmate. So as you can see, I'm in my office sitting here at my desk, and I wanted to tell you what I have already done this morning as words of encouragement for changes that I am making in my life. So one of the first things that I did about 2 weeks ago was I went to the Lord in prayer, and I said, "God, I'm just tired of thinking the way that I'm thinking. I want new thoughts. I want new ideas. I want a new mindset. I want it all to line up with you better than it was before, and I want to grow." So I started praying and asking Him for these things, and I want you to know that I received it. So where He has led me is first and foremost, God is an early God. The first thing God dealt with me was to get up early. One of my complaints that I had been complaining to Charlie, which we shouldn't complain, but it was something that I was noticing, was that I didn't have enough hours in the day. I had so much to do that whether it was what I needed to do or maybe something I wanted to do. Like now it's the time of year to start a garden. So I had seedlings that I wanted to start, and I just didn't have enough time in the day. So God had me get up earlier. So I have been getting up at 5 a.m. That's pretty much Monday through Saturday. And I want to encourage you to do that because it has drastically changed my days. I feel better. I get more accomplished. I can get so many things done before my guys even get up out of the bed and start their day. I'm already ahead because I'm getting up earlier. I used to get up at around somewhere between 6 and 7, and now I'm getting up at 5, and I have been doing a couple of things every morning that just gets my day started going and is just making change in my life and setting me up for a different future and accomplishing more. So one of those things is I get up and I spend time with God. I make sure that I get that done. Where before, in the chaos of the day, getting up late, getting up maybe at the last minute if you have to be somewhere, and then you rush, and you can't really put that quality time spent with God. Also, I make sure that I watch a positive video on YouTube. And as far as what that means is I have found somebody that I listen to who is a successful coach that is also a Christian, and she gives encouraging tips for what we should do in our life to make changes to start our day. For example, is how to set goals. So I have written down 20 goals. I have picked 5 that were my top 5 goals for right now, and those are the goals that I'm working towards. So that's another change that I have made. if I have just listened to something encouraging from her, then I make sure that I pick a video where I learn something. I want to learn something new every morning. So, for example, the other morning, what I chose to learn was I have some homesteaders that I like to watch on YouTube, and in their video, I saw their cast iron cookware hanging on their wall in the back, and it reminded me, I love to cook with cast iron. I do every day, almost every meal. So it reminded me that I really wanted to learn how to make sure to take care and maintain my cast iron. It's no different than for a guy tools in his toolbox. In the kitchen, my cookware and my silverware and my utensils and my ingredients, all of that is tools in my toolbox for what I provide to my family. So I watched the video. I pretty much knew they had to have one, and I thought that I recalled one from a while back that they had, and I just didn't pay attention to it because I was in a different mindset. So I made sure I watched that video. I want you to know I took care of and maintained all of my cast iron cookware that morning. So look at what I had accomplished already. On that day, I had gotten up early. I felt better. I had spent time with the Lord, been in prayer, had a devotion, learned something new, got encouraged, and once I came out of here in the office, I started applying those things, and they were getting accomplished in my life in that day. Growth had already occurred because I got up early in the morning and got started early and put God first. So, something else you can do that I am doing, and I'm not doing it very intensive, not as serious as I used to be, is exercising, because we do need to take care of the body that God has given us, mentally, you can say spiritually and physically. So I'm doing an 8-minute video every morning that I get up early, which, like I said, is Monday through Saturday. Sundays I do rest. We do keep that holy and honored as the Sabbath day. So it's an 8-minute video. I do that. I lift some weights for the target areas where I want to see some results. So I probably have 20 minutes, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes of exercising that I do. That's growth already from who I was a month ago. So, I want to encourage you to go to the Lord, ask Him for new thoughts, new ideas, a new mindset that lines up with Him, and He will show you where you can make positive changes to become who He wants you to be, to fulfilling His purposes He's called you for living for Him, and for showing others that they can grow and prosper physically, spiritually, and financially as well too. So, I have already been here in my office this morning. It looks kind of a little bit dark in here in the background, but it is actually not 5 a.m. right now. It's more like 9 a.m. So, I am making this video not first thing in the morning because I am up in my house coat and, you know, not dressed, and I don't want to show that. So, I'm in here now to show you basically what I do in a day as a helpmate for my husband. I have spent time with Charlie. Every morning we sit together and drink coffee, watch the news, and spend time together. And sometimes we're reading the Bible together and sharing with each other what we're reading in the Bible. So I always get that time in with Charlie as well too, every morning. That's every single morning. So I have also done my exercising and my weightlifting this morning. I have got my bed made. I have already been working in here in the office. So I have a list. Okay, this is it. This is my list. This is what I have already accomplished this morning. Now, I'll be honest and say that I didn't sleep good last night, so I did not get up at 5 a.m. this morning. I got up at 6:20. So I have already accomplished this since 6:20 this morning. So that includes also, I have started the laundry, and I'm going to show you a tip with being ahead of the laundry and to help you out, which starts the night before. It's super simple. And sometimes it's just super simple things that we just don't think of that will help us out. I have already done some business work, which included getting some papers ready for two jobs that Charlie got yesterday that he got phone calls for. I have already been working with the dumpster business, and I have got the dumpsters that were rented Monday up on the board, the names, what dumpster they have, when it was dropped off, and when it needs to be picked up. I have already been straightening up the house and got my breakfast fixed, and now I'm back in here in the office to make this video and to just kind of show you what I do in here. Welcome to my laundry room. So I'm going to share with you the tip to get your laundry done, to get you a head start and help you out the next day that starts the night before. Super simple. I've already got wet clothes here in my washing machine, so I'm going to switch them now into my dryer. You know, girls, it's all about working smarter, not harder. So it's just about thinking ahead, planning ahead. Another good tip, when my boys were small, I never waited until the next morning before they went to school when I wasn't homeschooling, because we gave them some public school and homeschooling as well. Every night, no matter how tired I was, I always set their shirt, their pants, their jacket if they needed it out, their socks, their underwear, their shoes, had their book bag packed, had that laying with their clothes, so they had everything ready. I fixed everything the night before so that there was no trouble in that area at all with getting them ready for school or church or wherever it was. I always got them ready the night before, and it was a good habit to teach them as well, for them to carry on to help prevent as many mishaps and trouble as possible. So another good tip for you. Okay, so let's say it's the night before. It's not daylight outside, it's dark. You're thinking about going to bed. So you know you have to do laundry tomorrow, but you want to get a head start because you have a lot to do. You're a mom, you're a wife, you run a business. That's my life. So you have a lot to do. So just throw the clothes in. Throw the detergent in, or pour it in the drawer if you need to. Shut the door, and when you get up in the morning, push start. That's it. It's done. You are ahead of schedule. You're helping yourself in this area. You have moved into my kitchen with me. I'm going to show you in here what I'm still doing today as a helpmate. So I have gotten up early, got things done in the office that I needed to do, and spending time with the Lord and learning something new. And I have done some office work this morning, and so now I'm moving into the kitchen because I'm not only thinking of myself or things about spending time with the Lord or what I need to do. I'm thinking about the entire day, not just the morning. So I have already been thinking about what are we going to do for supper. Charlie is not working today because it's raining, so I actually might get to take you on where we're going today for the businesses and show you what's going on with that. But right now while I'm in here, I'm thinking about, okay, so who's gonna need lunch? Are they coming home at lunch, or do I just need to worry about supper? But every day I'm always thinking about supper because everybody's gonna be home for that. So I want to go ahead and start being prepared for that, so that is less time. They have to wait when they come home hungry. They always come home hungry. I don't understand why they don't eat while they are at work, but they don't. So they come home starving. So it is my job to, the best of my ability, depending on how my day has went, if I have went to work or not, to go ahead and be ahead of the game and start preparing what I can prepare throughout the day instead of all of it at supper time. So I'm thinking, yesterday we actually had cheeseburgers. We cooked them outside on the grill. Today it's raining. We're not gonna go cook them outside, but I still have buns left. I still have hamburger left. So we're having cheeseburgers again because I don't wanna be wasteful. So I have a huge pack of meat that I'm gonna make more cheeseburgers for supper tonight. And then tomorrow, because I'm still thinking ahead to help me out and to help them out, the rest of the hamburger is gonna make a meatloaf. So I'm thinking and planning about tomorrow as well too, because we don't know what tomorrow is gonna bring and how crazy or busy that might be more than today. So here's everything I've got together for supper so far tonight so that I am ahead of the game. When we come back from doing this with the business, if we decide to do other things, we come home later at supper time, whatever, I'm this far ahead. So I've got my slaw, I've got the hamburger meat, and here's the onions, the lettuce, and the cheese. I'm gonna put these all three together in the refrigerator. I've got my buns here with me. I'm good to go. I'm gonna cook them inside since it's raining today. Another tip that I'd like to share with you to be ahead of things is, remember I said that Charlie and I always drink coffee in the morning together, every morning, every day. So what I do is, when I'm already here working in the kitchen, I like to go ahead and get the coffee maker ready so that by the time at night when we have been through the day working, hustling, bustling, and we're tired, there's less we have to do. So I've took out the old coffee grounds from this morning and filtered. So I'm just going to get this coffee pot ready so that it is ready for tomorrow. It's all ready to just push start in the morning when we get up, just like the washing machine is ready to just push start. I'm back in my office after coming out of the kitchen, getting ready for supper and a little bit for the next day. And so now I'm gonna sit here and work on editing a video. And I can see out my window here when Charlie arrives, he's just let me know that he's on his way home We're getting ready to go about 30 minutes from here, and I'll take you guys along and show you what we're doing. So it's pouring down rain outside, so I don't know how much footage of outside I can get. We've just come to Greensboro, got some lunch, met somebody to sell one of our very first pieces of equipment that got our business started. I've just left my grandma's house from helping over there, sitting with her and cutting her hair. And now I'm at home and I'm going to make supper. And I've already got that head start on getting the stuff prepared that I showed you earlier. It only took me about 10 minutes to get the lettuce, the cheese, the onions, the slaw made, and the hamburger meat ready to go for supper tonight so that I would already have that head start going. So let's get going.